P.O.L.
Yo, what up everybody, it's IntraVenus here, back with another episode of P.O.L. Game Review. I'm also from P.O.L. Music, and today we're going to talk about more PS2 fighting games. This is part 3 of my PS2 fighting game episodes, in which I am going to be playing every single fighting game that was ever released for the PS2 that I can get my hands on. I know that some are more expensive than others. I already have about 30 or something, maybe 35, but you know, games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I guess. I don't think they put the original one out on PS2, but yeah, that game's probably pretty expensive, and we all know how awesome that is. It's an awesome game. If you want, I'll capture some footage from my Sega Dreamcast to show ya, but not in this episode. So today we're going to talk about 6 more games, including YuYu Hakusho Dark Tournament, or YuYu Hakusho, Dragonball Z Budokai, Virtual on Mars. Tekken Tag Tournament is back again. If you saw a previous episode, I tried to play this on a PS3, backwards compatible, didn't work. Works great on a regular PS2. And we got Naruto Ultimate Ninja 1 and 2. So, without further ado, let's get into another episode of P.O.L. Game Review.
PS2 fighting games! Yeah!
Alright. First off, we're going to talk about Virtual on Mars from Sega. The first Virtual On game was just called Virtual On Cyber Troopers, and I noticed it does say on the top Cyber Troopers. Technically it's not in the title, at least not on the side. This is Virtual On Mars. The first one I played was for Sega Dreamcast, and I think I only played the demo. I never actually had the real game, but I remember playing that demo quite a bit. I really liked it as a kid. And honestly, I've read not that great things about this game, but I had a pretty good amount of fun. It's different. You know, as I say, I'm going to be playing every single fighting game for the PS2. I mean it. Now, at the end of this video, I will show you an exception. But you'll have to stick around till then, and you might be able to guess what it is. Virtual on Mars is from Sega and Hitmaker. Rated T for teen for violence. Let's check out the back. As a member of the elite Mars Police, you are charged with resolving high-tech wars threatening the solar system, piloting a combat-designed Virtuaroid. Use your arsenal of lasers, missiles, and swords to stop those at war before the conflict destroys the universe. Over 40 playable mechs, intense VR combat at high lightning-fast speeds. Virtual twin-stick controls bring the feel of the arcade home. Go head-to-head in 2-player combat. Like I said, I think this might have like a 64 or something on Metacritic. I thought this game was pretty fun. You know, you don't get too many good mech-related fighting games, and this is definitely one to check out. I also like the original, like I said. Virtual on Mars.
For the PlayStation 2.
Next up, let's talk about Dragonball Z Budokai. Now, this is an interesting game for a couple reasons. Okay, so there's Budokai 1, 2, and 3. But then they also released Budokai Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3. I don't know the difference in them. I know that Tenkaichi games are worth a lot more than just the regular Budokais. I don't really know what that word even means. Tenkaichi. But I did just start playing through these, and as I was playing through this game, I had a lot of fun. Now, as you get into the newer Dragon Ball Z games, I feel like they get more and more complex as far as fighting in the air and the ground and flying all over the place. This game kind of takes you up into the air only as the battle persists. If you knock somebody up there and you're doing really good in your fights, all of a sudden you're in the air and you're fighting. It's not very complicated. I found the controls pretty easy to understand. It was very fun. And this game, at the beginning, they recreate the entire opening scene for Dragon Ball Z, which I thought was pretty cool. They probably had a lot of fun doing that. I don't think it was really necessary. But Dragon Ball Z, the first 5 fights take you right through the first season of Dragon Ball Z, and then by like the 6th fight, you're starting the 2nd season. I stopped right around the time we started hitting the episodes that I'm watching now, because I have decided to go back and rewatch all Dragon Ball Z. I have the first 3 seasons on DVD so far, and I'm working through the 2nd season. Once I got to the fight where I was at in the show, I was like, I don't want to spoil anything. I might not know or have forgotten about the series. But it's really good. I highly recommend this, and probably all the other ones. I do have Budokai 2 and 3. We'll be doing them in another video. Let's check out the back, alright?
A showdown of legendary proportions. Enter the Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Test your skills against the most powerful Dragon Ball Z heroes and the most sinister villains. Will you be the last warrior standing? Battle for supremacy in 5 fierce fighting modes. Relive DBZ's most intense rivalries. Thrash your way to the Cell game. Unleash up to 60 combo moves per character, including Special Beam Cannon and Kamehameha.
Sorry. Follow the Dragon Ball Z animated series from Saiyan Saga to Cell games. Face off with up to 23 mighty Dragon Ball Z warriors. Unlock, collect, and trade devastating skills with friends to create the most powerful fighters in the universe. Battle at blazing speeds in the Burst Zone. Yes, this is from Funimation Productions, as also is another game that's coming up next. Also Infogrames and DIMPS. Digital Innovation. DIMPS. 1 to 2 players. Teen rated for animated blood and violence. Dragon Ball Z Budokai, one of my favorite games on this list. Next up, we're going to talk about, yes, another game from Funimation. This is based on another anime, one that I've never watched, called YuYu Hakusho, Ghost Files, Dark Tournament. There's something about this game that I really want to like. It's very unique and very, very difficult. I think after playing it for an hour, I only won like 1 or 2 battles. Half the time I was just trying to figure out the moves. There's a lot to it. You have special moves that involve the L2 and R2 buttons, and you press a direction up, down, left, or right with L2, up, down, left, or right with R2 to do 8 different moves. It's very complicated, and it seems like when you have to do those moves, you have to press the buttons at the same time. You can't like hold R2 and then press right or up. You gotta press them at the same time, is what the feeling that I got. It was very unique in that it's a 3D, 2D kind of mashup, almost like cell shaded. It's like the game plays a little slower, like Tekken, and it plays similarly, but then it has a mixture of like this anime feel that's kind of like 2D fighters. One of the reasons why I really wanted to get into it. You start out only being able to choose between like 5 or 6 characters, but there's another like 20 that you can unlock. And so I didn't unlock too many because it's hard. It's a hard game. Anyways, let's check out the back. Watch your back. Demons don't fight fair. All of the characters, all of the moves, all of the danger from the YuYu Hakusho. Okay. It's YuYu Hakusho. I'm sorry, guys. On the side, in the front, it looks like it says YuYu Hakusho. It's YuYu Hakusho. Or YuYu Hakusho. I don't know. Dark Tournament Saga. Choose from over 25 characters and rise from underdog to ultimate champion. Leave your mark in 8 destructible arenas. Collect and trade powerful tokens to dominate your enemies in the token challenge. Yeah, one thing I did notice is when I was battling, the ground was breaking. Like, not noticeably in that you're walking over it, but there's like tiles in the ground that are getting shattered where you have done moves or your opponent has. Pretty neat. I feel like this game has a lot to offer, and the cover looks cool, and it's all shiny. It's also seemingly hard to find. I haven't seen it very many places, but, you know, it takes a lot of practice, I guess. I would call this a gem, though, and I find it intriguing. Somebody's gonna like YuYu Hakusho, Ghost Files, Dark Tournament for the PlayStation 2. It's rated teen for violence. And next up, we've got 2 that we're gonna do semi-simultaneously because they're similar, but in fact I like the first one better, and that's Shonen Jump's Naruto Ultimate Ninja 1 and 2. Ultimate Ninja 1 we're gonna talk about first. These are both from Bandai Namco Games, and of course represent yet another anime, Naruto. And I love that show, by the way. I suggest you check it out, just like Dragon Ball Z. This game is very different also. It's very unique, and another thing about Naruto fighting games, as you continue on to the newer ones, they get more complex. They do get a little better, as these first ones, these Ultimate Ninja ones, they're not 3D. They're like 2.5D, and that there's backgrounds that you can jump to and teleport to different parts of the stage. You'll see it in the footage here. But it is also fairly difficult and odd controls. I did get the hang of the first Naruto Ultimate Ninja. The second one was much harder, and I never won a battle. So the first one, let's check out the back.
Do you have what it takes to become the ultimate ninja? Fight as more than 12 playable characters. Switch stages mid-combat. Unleash multi-level super attacks. Unlock tons of bonus content, including secret characters. Ascend the ranks to become the ultimate Hokage. From Viz Media, Shonen Jump, CyberConnect 2 Corp, Bandai Games, and it has a teen rating for cartoon violence, suggestive themes, and use of tobacco. This is 1 to 2 players. 1 to 2 players, baby. Naruto. I love the show. The games almost have never hit it for me. There's one for the 360 that I really liked. Ultimate Ninja 2, harder. The graphics are better, but something about it. The Ultimate Ninja Fighter returns. Great ninja aren't born, they're made. Over 30 playable characters and 16 unique stages. Intense, chakra-powered secret techniques. All new character customization and story modes, spectacular battles, minigames, and tons of unlockable content. This is also from the same people. So we got Bandai Namco, Viz Media, Shonen Jump, of course, CyberConnect 2 Corp, but here we have Cryware. No Cryware on the other one. Also 1 to 2 players. If you like the Naruto show, I suggest you check these out. I have 2 other Naruto games for the PlayStation 2. They are not Ultimate Ninja though. There's something else, and we'll cover them in another episode. So that's it for the Naruto games. They're cool, maybe not the best, and maybe not at all for some of you. Finally, last but not least, we have a returning challenger. That is Tekken Tag Tournament. Now, if you had seen a previous video of my PS2 fighting games episodes, you would see that I briefly touched on Tekken Tag when I tried to play it on my backwards compatible PlayStation 3, and it just wouldn't run it. And those were the first times that I had ever seen PS2 games not work well on a backwards compatible PS3. For several years, every game that I played on it worked great. Now I know there are certain games that just, you want to play them on the original hardware, and that's Tekken Tag Tournament. This game runs perfectly on a regular PS2, and it's good. Tekken gets better than this, I feel like. Tekken Tag Tournament is not my favorite of the Tekken games, but it's pretty cool. You know, it's nice to be able to pick 2 players. The tag element is that you get 2 players, you can tag them in and out, get a little more variety in there. It's a little more like some games, like you might say Marvel vs. Capcom, or, you know, a lot of games do that now. Tekken Tag Tournament is cool. It's a 3D fighting game. It's a little slower if you've never played one of the Tekken Tag or one of the Tekken games. It is from Namco. Let's check out the back. Welcome to the King of the Iron Fist Tournament. The #1 fighting game series of all time returns with a vengeance on the PlayStation 2 computer entertainment system, and all of your favorite characters are back. Features 7 game modes, including the new tag battle system, which pits 2-on-2 tag team combat. 34 total characters from Tekken, Tekken 2, and Tekken 3, with more than 2,000 moves, including all new ultra-powerful tag combinations. Unlock special hidden characters, secret game modes, and the new cinematic sequences for character teams. Play with the multi-tap for PlayStation 2, and up to 4 players can compete in the Iron Fist Arena. Yes, this is the only game that is 1 to 4 players here. The rest are 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2. Oh. This is from Namco, and seemingly Namco only. 1 to 4 players, teen rated for animated violence. A really good game, though. Tekken 4 and Tekken 5, I would rather play those on the PlayStation 2, and we will feature those in a future episode. That was the last game that I mentioned. There is one more game that I just want to show you. There are certain fighting games that I've decided just to not do. I'll play them, but I mean, I'm not going to play all of them, and I'm only going to give you the first impression of the entire series. EA Sports fighting games, boxing, this type of boxing. There are other boxing games that we're going to feature, like Ready to Rumble boxing and Black and Bruised. These games suck. I hated this. Sorry, I don't like this at all.
The controls were terrible, the slow, sluggish weirdness of it. I do not like this. If you like any of Fight Night games, I'm sorry, but we are not going to be covering the Fight Night games, except for what I'm talking about now, as well as the wrestling games, like the ones that they released yearly. We're only going to do one. I'll grab like the what's supposed to be the best, you know, because there's 2008, 2009, 2010, WW versus SmackDown, all that stuff. Those wrestling games are pretty good, so I am going to cover them lightly, but these games suck. They just suck. Sorry, this sucked. Anyways, that is the end of this episode. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. I really appreciate it. And if you do enjoy these videos, if you enjoy PlayStation 2 games, I highly recommend that you like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications because I have a collection of over 400 games and growing of PlayStation 2. And I plan on doing a lot more of these videos. I also have gem videos. And we also do other retro nostalgic things like Spawn figure collecting, opening retro Spawn trading cards, all kinds of stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to let y'all go. Okay? Thanks so much for being here, but I got other stuff to do, so.
Picking a scene, remember back in the day when we could kick it and drink? Karaoke, wanna spit it with me? I'm carrying a split in the fifth of the tea, sticking in drinks. When sick, man, a different thing, and we can kill it in a cipher. Like words would have spread a virus by us vipers, locking up a poisons, we're fighting with